This is Larry Henares making your day with part 16 of Philippine history as I wrote it. Chapter, Bonifacio would have been another Diego Silang. And my friends, the first phase of the revolution by Bonifacio in 1896 failed to win the support of the mestizos, intelligentsia, or nationalists. It was repudiated by Rizal, Antonio Luna, Mabini. It was carried out by the masses of 8 provinces around Manila. The other provinces volunteered in great numbers to help to suppress the revolt. Bonifacio's role reached its peak with the cry of Pugadlawin. Once the revolution got underway, the petit bourgeois, under the leadership of a former school teacher, Emilio Aguinaldo, took over. Bonifacio thought of revolution in terms of motherhood, patriotism, liberty, sacrifice, courage. Aguinaldo thought of it in terms of trenches, fortifications, guns, funds, generals. Bonifacio's revolt of the masses was a movement of bolos, disorganized and ineffectual, heroic and dramatic. It failed in San Juan, in San Mateo, in Balara. The Katipunan measured success in terms of its multitudes, which did not harden into an army, and dismally proved, as Rizal predicted, that you cannot win a war with bolos. But the revolution would not have come to pass without Bonifacio, while the intelligentsia had no faith in the masses. Arguing education as a prerequisite to revolutionary change, Bonifacio reposed his hopes in the unlettered masses. He alone, of all our heroes, was able to start the revolution. Yet, if the Katipunan uprising, so swiftly checked, had been all there was to 1896, it would not have been a special year in our history. The uprising would only be one more in the long list of our abortive revolts against Spain, and Bonifacio just another name to place beside Diego Silang and Dagohoy. More about this after these messages. This is Larry Henares making your day with the 16th part of an article I wrote on Philippine history. Chapter, Bonifacio would have been another Diego Silang. And we continue to quote. Fortunately, in Cavite, there rose educated men led by Aguinaldo, lawyers, engineers, teachers, poets, town mayors, businessmen, landowners who knew what to do. They raided the courthouse and garrison for arms with which to face the troops sent against them, and got more arms by defeating them. Trenches and fortifications were then built, a hierarchy of officers established, and Cavite thus had an organized army within 4 months after the cry of Pugadlawin. Within that period during which Bonifacio's men were still brandishing bolos and futile raids in the towns along Balara Hills, the Caviteños had gained control of their province, were carrying the war outside of its borders, and were already organizing a government. They never lost sight of what Rizal and the Ilustrados said: a war could only be won with an organized army, trained leaders, and arms. And so the leadership passed from Bonifacio, the mass organizer of the secret revolutionary society, to Aguinaldo, the military leader of the armies of the Republic. One incident in the light of world history at the turn of the century is simply breathtaking. After the Katipunan was formed, but before the Spanish discovered it, the warship Congo of the Japanese Imperial Navy, commanded by Admiral Kanimura, dropped anchor in the Manila Bay. A Katipunan committee headed by its chief, Bonifacio himself, sought the aid of Japan in the fight against Spain. Admiral Kanimura, though sympathetic, declined. Had Japan intervened, unquestionably, the Philippines would have been driven into the Asian vortex, the most far-reaching consequences in the lives and indeed the evolving personalities of the Filipino people themselves. For the soul of the Filipino, it was the time of the Great Divide. Their history would have flowed either east or west. Lucky were they that Japan was too busy being involved in China and Manchuria and was about to launch a war against Tsarist Russia. Otherwise, we would have had the Japanese slapping our faces long before World War II. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Larry Henares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.